Hey everyone! Today I have another fun fold Father's Day card idea, one that will really impress the men in your life. This card requires no stamps or ink, thanks to the He's the Man collection. And on the main piece of the card, you don't even need adhesive. This card is a breeze to make. All you need to do is score and fold. I would love to show you how. Hey everyone, I'm Terri from nutsaboutsstamping.com. I love sharing techniques and project ideas for rubber stamping, paper crafting, and scrapbooking with you each week. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yet, I would love for you to choose me. I'll link to my online stores in the description box under this video. And speaking of video, be sure to watch all the way through for my bonus tips and design ideas. Now, grab your bone folder and let's get going on this fun fold. The He's the Man collection is fairly new. If you have seen my last Father's Day card video, you'll have already seen these products. But if you're new to my channel, let's have a quick peek. The collection has 4 products in it. The He's All That bundle will help you combine vintage images and versatile greetings to make cards or other projects for Father's Day, birthdays, and just because. You can use the dies to make labels, circles, and banners. You can also use these dies to create traditional argyle patterns. As I said in my introduction, I won't be using the bundle for today's card, but if you're looking for the perfect bundle for masculine cards this year, this is the one to purchase. In the collection, you also get the rustic metallic dots, which are perfect to add visual interest to all of your masculine or non-masculine projects. And the He's the Man specialty paper is the final part of this collection. It has bold patterns in neutral colors. So you can choose from antique cars, camping gear, suits and ties, and more. So this is what some of the patterns look like. And then if I flip it over, you can see more of the neutral patterns and tones on the other side. This paper is the star of today's fun fold, and I'm going to share an important tip for choosing a pattern that will work. Before I show you how to make the fun fold, I want to create a few elements that are going to be used on my card. So I have a scrap piece of crushed curry, and I want to create a scallop layer for one of the sticker elements in the He's the Man specialty paper pack. Now you don't have to do this if you don't have the layering circles dies. I just feel that it would be nice to add a pop of color, and you'll see that in a bit. And then from the All That dies pack, which comes with the He's All That bundle, I want to create 2 Sahara sand banner ends, and then from a scrap piece of crushed curry, I want to create 2 arrows. Now there's only 1 arrow die in the pack, so I'm going to have to run it through twice. So I'll stop the video, I'll die cut these pieces out, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with them. So I'm going to start off by taking this scallop circle, and I've got the Cheers to All Your Years sticker from the He's the Man Specialty Designer Series paper, and I want to add the crushed curry as a layer underneath this element. I guess it's a sticker element. It's not a sticker though, because it's not sticky. I keep calling them stickers. I don't know what you would call them. Elements maybe? And I'm going to put that like so. And then I'm going to take these 2 little banner pieces and I want to add them to the back of this element. So I'll do that by using my multi-purpose liquid glue. I'll come back after it's dry and I'll show you what we're going to do with these arrows. I have a piece of Sahara sand cardstock And what I want to do is attach these arrows like so, facing each other at the bottom of this layer. So I, again, am going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'll adhere these down, and then we'll move on to the next step. While that is drying, I'm going to bring in a second piece of Sahara sand, and what I want to do is add this little banner that we've created, or this, I guess it looks like a little award, doesn't it? And I'm going to adhere that flat using my multi-purpose liquid glue. And then it's time to create the Fun Fold card base. So I'll set these aside to dry, and let's move on to making the Fun Fold. When you're thinking about which designer series paper pattern you want to use for your Fun Fold card, my tip for you, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is to choose a pattern that is non-directional, because we're going to be doing some folding on the diagonal and it'll look really odd. It'll make your pattern look askew, like you didn't really know what you were doing. So choose, for the first time that you do this, or maybe the second time that you make this kind of a Fun Fold card idea, choose a pattern paper that's non-directional. So I've chosen this pattern. This is going to be the outside, and this is going to be showing on the inside. So the first step is to take your paper and you want to fold it into a giant triangle, and then use your bone folder to burnish the crease. So this paper is 11 by 11. Don't try it with 12 by 12 because it won't work. How do I know that? Because I tried it with 12 by 12 and it doesn't work. So learn from my mistakes. All right, so there's the first thing you're going to do. Now you're going to bring in your Simply Scored or another scoring tool, and we're going to do a bit of scoring. So the first score is along the folded side of your designer series paper. So here we've got it folded over. You're going to put it up against the side of your Simply Scored, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So what you're going to have to do is find the 4 1/4 mark, and you're going to have to run it down and then apply your stylus to create a score line. Now what you want to do is turn your paper and you want to fold it up on the score line and burnish it. Now the next thing you want to do, you can open this up again, is you want to now lay your designer series paper across the top of the Simply Scored, and we're going to make 2 score lines. We're going to score at 3 1/4. I'm just going to do it twice because it's through 2 layers of paper, and 5 1/2. Okay. Now, before I turn and do it on the other side, I want to turn it up like that and then fold this one back. So again, we scored at 3 1/4, 5 1/2. The 5 1/2 folds in and the 3 1/4 folds back like so. Now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So you can see we've done the one side. Now we're going to do the other side at 3 1/4 and at 5 1/2. Okay, so I want to fold this in like so. And then I'm going to fold this back like so. That's all we need our Simply Scored for. And I'll show you now. I actually want them to be the same direction. So I'm just going to turn it and do it this way. So you want them to be like that. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, which does no longer require the Simply Scored. Now, although you may not be able to see it on the video, when I created my crease here and my crease this way, it creates a little triangle here, and we actually want to cut that triangle off using paper snips. So let me do that and I'll show you. It might be easier to see. So it creates a little triangle here and a little triangle there. So you want to cut them off on both sides and through both layers of paper. Okay, and these I'm just going to discard. And now let's make the card. So what you want to do is fold in the right-hand side, and then this little flap here, you're going to open it up, flatten it down, and bring this point to that point. And it creates sort of like a diamond, and then use your bone folder to burnish it so that it lays somewhat flat. Okay, and then you're going to open this up. You're going to do the same on the other side. Bring this down, open this up, and again, bring point to point. Sometimes it needs a little bit of encouragement. Just do the best you can, like so. Okay, now, to finish off this card before we decorate it, you're going to just shut the left side, then put the right side over top of it, and then bring this flap down to tuck inside. And again, I'm going to use my bone folder to keep everything nice and crisp, and that'll keep that closed. You could adhere this back piece down, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it as is. And now let's decorate. I have a square of basic black, and what I want to do is add some multi-purpose liquid glue to the back side of it. And I want to partially cover up this diamond by adding a basic black diamond on top, like so. And then from the same designer series paper, there's this element or sticker, as I've been calling it, and I would like to add it to the front. And I think what I'll do is use a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. I like height on my projects. I think it makes it look a little bit more professional. So I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop this up like so. Now, do you remember I was telling you to watch about directionality? You can see these diamonds are on an angle. That doesn't bother me so much, but if that bothers you visually, then obviously you wouldn't want to choose this designer series paper from the He's the Man pack for this project. Now, do you remember the other elements we created for the card? Let's attach those next. The next thing we want to do is take these two elements or pieces that we created earlier, and we want to put them in the card. And I mean in the card. So I'm going to open this back up like so, and I'm going to attach this piece here and this piece here, so that when that special man in your life gets this card, you can advise them to open it up, and you've got this nice element inside and a space to add some, a special heartfelt message. So I'm going to adhere these down using my multi-purpose liquid glue. Now, there are many ways that you can embellish your card, but what I'm going to do is use the rustic metallic dots, which comes with this collection, and I'm going to keep mine pretty simple. I'm going to put 2 dots, one on either side of the You Make Me Hoppy, And then I'm going to take 2 of the smaller ones and put one at the bottom and one at the top. Like so. Now I have a quick question for you. What products would you like me to feature next? Let me know in the comment section under this video, and I'll be happy to show you how to use those products to make lots of fun project ideas. If you would like a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the ordering numbers in case you want to order the He's the Man collection, I will link to my blog post in the description box under this video. You can link over to my blog and get all the information you need, including a link to my online store. I'm Terry. I'm nuts about stamping. I hope you'll try this fun Father's Day fold someday soon. Bye for now.